lovies, I'm Kimberly Cherry, and today I'm opening a box of a different sort. And it's going to be me talking a lot about, well, Temari balls. You've seen the thumbnail. I like to say that a lot, don't I? I should find something else to say. But it's true, you have seen the thumbnail, so you do know what this video is about. You're not clueless. It's about Temari balls. I've been interested in Japanese culture for about 2 decades, and Temari balls is a relatively new discovery. I think I had seen them in anime and in manga plenty of times, but it didn't occur to me that there was anything special. They're so beautiful. And I actually discovered Temari balls thanks to a manga that I don't have with me. I'll bring the manga at the end of the video so you guys can see it. Oh, wow. Wow. So, this is the first Temari ball that I have ever purchased, and this came from Beth. Of Etsy. Wow. Isn't it beautiful? Oh my gosh, so many interwoven stars. It's very, very pretty. So, the artist who made this ball made a green ball very similar to this one, and I found the Temari on Etsy, decided to buy it, went the next day to buy it, and it had already been sold. So I contacted her and she said, hey, I'm actually working on a Temari ball in the same design. Let's see what you think of this one and if this was it. Losing out on that Temari ball inspired me to try to make something inspired by it was green and gold and brown. It was very similar colors to this one, it was not the same, it was this design. Similar colors, not quite the same colors. And this was my first attempt at making a Temari ball. Which for a first attempt, I was pretty pleased with. I learned so much on this Temari ball. And the one thing that bugged me the most about it was it's quiet. This one is also quiet. I can tell you right away, this has a styrofoam core, which is what this has. This has a styrofoam core. There's a lot more thread on this one than there is this one. My second Temari ball, I did in the same design, only I learned from my first ball, and like I said, my biggest thing about this one was that it was quiet. So this one I actually put a bell box in, and what does it have in it? Beads, buttons, and a quartz crystal. That is what's in the center of this ball, and this is for some very special people. And then the third ball I made was this teeny tiny Temari that I made for my dolls. Because if I love it and it's from Japan, well, then my kids probably want it too. And this was the first, is this focusing? I feel like it's not focusing on the ball. Hopefully it is. This was my first teeny tiny Temari. And I made it for Clarity. And this was her Valentine's present. Wow. And I brought these two, even though these are work in progress, because I wanted to demonstrate the differences in the sound in the cores of the Temari balls. These both have jingle bells. This has like 2 or 3, I want to say 3 small bells. It's hard to get them to jingle. They rattle very well. You have to do it really, really, really gently to get them to jingle. And then this one has just one big jingle bell. And it too doesn't quite sound like jingling of bells, but you can definitely hear it better. This was a styrofoam core that I had hollowed out and just put the bells in, stuffed some cotton to plug it back up, and wrapped. This one actually has a bell box, and the jingle bells are actually in the box. And the core is made of cotton. Very different. I love what I'm learning. And they both sound so different from the bead slash button slash crystal. And of course this one doesn't have any noise because it's teeny tiny. I guess I might could have put a jingle bell in this one. I may try to put a jingle bell in the next teeny tiny Temari I do. 2, you have to be patient. You have to be fairly decent at math, which that's my downfall, is the mathematics required to make these things, but they're so gorgeous and I love them so much. And I've never been one to step away from a challenge. And I may just make Temari balls all year. I don't know. Anyways, I wanted to share this with you guys. Maybe you had not heard of Temari balls yourself. This is the manga that I was talking about that actually, this was the manga that was responsible for me actually looking up the term Temari. Right off the bat in this story, we've got these really, really cute ayakashi slash yokai little Japanese demon guys, and these guys are Temari kappa. And they're so cute, and of course, I had heard of kappa, I'd never heard of Temari kappa, and I think it's this artist's, this author, I think it's her creation. I couldn't find, I Googled Temari kappa, and this was the only thing that came up, was this manga. And I thought they were so cute, and when I looked up Temari kappa, it pulled up real Temari balls, and I was like, oh, what's that? And down the rabbit hole I went. So, thank you, Kakurio, for your Temari kappa. Thank you. Original story by Midori Yuma Sensei. Arigato. They're so cute. I love them so much. Oh wait.